What's cooking? Good looking, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. And what you look at the back, and yeah, all sorts of crazy things has happened for today's brand new update. Yeah, there it goes. An ally returns to the 7. As the Dark Voyager's influence grows, so do the 7's reinforcements. Awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. And yeah, there's a brand new lobby background, as you guys can see right there. And for our plan for today is to play some creative mode. Not just any type of creative mode, but literally just creative mode. Not the UEFN nor the like playing some maps, because instead of playing some maps today, we will be creating a map. You've heard that right. So today our plan, I mean, if you're already watching this as a video, since nobody's really watching live right now, but if you're watching this as a video, since you've already probably clicked on this and the live stream is already done and is already posted onto YouTube, then you guys would probably already know the entire premise of this video, right? From the title, from the thumbnail, and all of this good stuff. And even me as myself, I don't even know what's gonna happen yet. I do have some plans though. I mean, I'm not sure how is this gonna end off. How would this turn out after everything goes down? But yeah, the plan for today is go ahead. I mean, yeah, go ahead and play some creative mode. And wait, you know, while we're loading in, I'll just check if we are live, because sometimes it goes bad and then for some reason the stream crashes for some odd reason. Alright, it's loading. Oh god. Okay, yeah, so stream is up. That's pretty good. And this is the whole premise of this live stream. So let's get inside of this portal. There you go. And here we are. There's nothing on the map yet. Obviously. Oh god, we're so fast. Okay, so obviously there's nothing on the map, but we will eventually get into it, alright? Okay, so the plan is to, as you all probably could already see, is to recreate a One Piece map. And not just any type nor ordinary One Piece map. The idea here is to have a connection in a way. Like, it's gonna be a One Piece map, but Battle Royale. A Battle Royale One Piece map. Sounds interesting enough, but we will try to pull this off if we can, if I can, right? As of now, here's the draft of the Going Merry. It doesn't look that good yet, although, I mean, it is pretty size accurate, right? The Going Merry isn't that big. It isn't that small either. So I guess this is a quite semi-accurate to the Going Merry. But that wouldn't be our main focus for today. I've already drew out a draft, like a plan-ish for this. Not really sure. Do we start with the Red Line or do we start with Dawn Island? Right? I mean, of course, the entirety of the One Piece world is entirely made out of water, right? It's separated by 4 oceans, or the 4 seas: the West Blue, the South Blue, the East Blue, and the North Blue. Now the main idea here is, where do we begin? We could begin in all sorts of ways, but honestly I might start with the Red Line. We need some red mountain terrain here. Now that is definitely what we need. Some red mountainous terrain. Come on, any red stuff here. We need some red. Wait, is live good? I'm gonna check out the live, see if we're audible. Come on. Yeah, live is good. The live stream is going pretty well. So let us continue with the plan here. Seriously, we need... Can we search things up? Is that possible? To like sort things out? Maybe? Oh, there you go. So building, props, furniture, light. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, there you go. Terrain. We need terrain. We need some red mountains. There you go. These are the terrains I'm looking for. Oh no, I don't mean it like that. Alright, so to open these, yeah, we these rocks, red rocks, could come in handy for the red line. These ones too, yeah, these one looks pretty good. They look quite the same, so I don't think... Oh yeah, we could use these ones, make them upside down. They're pretty pointy as well. So again, that would come pretty handy. Get those. And yeah, there's a lot of rocks here. Lots of rocks. What do you look at that? Okay. So the idea here, since it's gonna be a battle royale map, supposedly there will be some seasons into this, and once I do release these battle royale maps, whenever that will be, right? Eventually, every season will add a brand new location from the anime or from the manga, and it will be built here into a Fortnite map, right? As more seasons progress, more locations will be added. But for Season 0, Season 1, whatever you want to call it, it would just revolve around basically the East Blue, right? Dawn Island, Orange Town, Arlong Park, Log Town, all of those iconic locations will be built right here, right now. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the perfect type of terrain for the red line. There's no other like red mountainous rocks to be seen here, so we don't really have any other choices like other than this one. And yeah, we gotta make this very tall and wide and all of those crazy stuff. Explain what I'm doing. Basically, we are creating a one-piece battle royale map in creative. That's like the main summary of what we're doing here. If there's any other way to describe it, I think that's it right there. What's wrong with this thing? Oh, wait, what? Okay, my bad. So, yeah, for the base template of the red line, I guess this could do, right? If you look at the map, it doesn't really cover like a huge portion of it, but it's still pretty solid. If we go, does it go through the barrier? Yeah, I gotta check the barrier first before we continue further into this thing. Yeah, so here's the barrier. The world barrier is right there. So as much as we can, I'll try to just like not occupy too much space to the actual map and make sure it's very close to the barrier. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that barrier. It's kind of difficult to face the rock towards this direction. There you go. We're gonna make it go as close as it can without it like glitching through. Yeah, I guess this is the closest as we could go, I guess. Alright, so this would be the red line. It does not look complete yet, but I swear it would be pretty soon. Alright. As of now, we just gotta build the strong foundations of the mountain. Of course, the red line is literally the border. It's like the Arctic region of the One Piece world. So it's basically gonna be a border for this whole creative map. All right. Okay, so from the looks of it looks pretty bland, right? It's plain looking, but as we progress and add more unique textures and details onto it, then it will look better. Okay, the barrier is still pretty far. Alright. Are these just decorations? They're not decorations. It's the what do you call this? The basic foundation of what we're trying to build here. Alright, so these would be the walls. Then, just like in the anime, we gotta make this very high. Like, very high. Oh my god, yeah, now that looks like the red line. Can we make that higher? Holy crap, we can. Won't that surpass the sky limit though if we go too high? Where is sky limit? Oh, there it is. Okay. That answered my question. So, yeah, the entirety of this map that we're trying to build here will only be the east blue. So anything in the Grand Line won't be seen here for now. But as I mentioned earlier, once we do progress with you know, seasons and all that, that is when we add other locations, right? Okay. Yeah, this is gonna take a long time. I know, I get it for the viewers right now. It looks so boring going through all these like basic progress, whatever you want to say. And I get it, truly I do. But to make a creative map, it usually takes time. I mean, like all things, right? Everything takes time. And for a map this big, like we're literally making something that's One Piece inspired here, of course it's gonna be massive. Okay, barrier is right over there. We could still expand this thing a bit. There you go. So from afar, yeah, this does not look like the red line, but if we do look at it from like a specific angle, you kind of see the division here, right? So what we need to do next is to add more surface details from the bottom part, because just like from the original source material, we need to make some curvatures from below, of course, because it looks pretty flat, right? We need like more slant curvatures, just to emphasize that we're making a mountain here. Mountain range. Yeah, it's a mountain range. I'm pretty sure you consider the red line as a mountain range, right? Definitely a mountain range. Yeah, so once again, we don't have to make this look like very man-made. As much as we can, we gotta make it look natural and make it look realistic, and you know, you get the idea. Yo, Bisanga, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. Alright. There you go. Place this right over there. We might make the twin capes. If we even go like so much more like further, we might even make that one location with Laboon, like the lighthouse with Crocus and all that. But as of now, we're still working on the red line. So as much as we can, we gotta make this look accurate and detailed. Since the scope of what we're building here is just the East Blue and nothing else, nothing more. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Honestly, that does not look bad from like these angles. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, there's more rock terrains that we could add here. Sorry I could not be on your first stream today. I was at school. Yo, it's alright, Bisanga. You don't have to apologize for that. It's okay, man. And of course, I understand that school is very important. And yeah, of course. You gotta prioritize that first. 100%. I mean, at least now you're here, right? There you go. Okay. What else could I add here? I can add like more of these to make it taller, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like some rocky, rough texture, but just a bit taller from these edges. Yeah, I guess we could do that. I really miss the daily streams. Yeah, man. Life has been getting all of us busy recently. Like, too much thing has been going on, and yeah, that's what life is, you know? But yeah, here's the progress so far with the red line. We could definitely still add more details into this. The idea is, you know, all this is the red line, right? If we were to make Logtown with the reverse mountain part, that it must be like right at this area right here. But for now, yeah, here's the draft for the Going Merry. Like soon enough, we will change this. Like from a llama, we'll turn it into a sheep to make it look much more accurate into the Merry, the Going Merry, that is. And yeah, what else could we do here? How did you get those to look cartoonish? Oh, because I changed it in the settings for the creative map, since we are trying to make a One Piece inspired map here, which explains why I selected some textures that would look anime into you know, into that sense. Okay, let's do that to fill in the gaps, because the gaps kind of bothers me. You know, let's try to yeah, that looks better. Although it looks too sharp, we can just fill in the blanks here to not make it look out of place. And again, as much as I can, I'll try to make this look natural and not man-made, because we are trying to make a mountain here. Okay. You know what? Yeah, this does not look bad at all. Although I do know for a fact that the red line does not have pointed edges, but we will work on that pretty soon. The main focus for today is actually Dawn Island, where Luffy spent most of his childhood, basically. Right? So let's just select some terrain that's grassy, because that's, you know, that's how it looks like. That's the biome of his hometown, which is some, you know, some grassy fields. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, all these new options for creative mode is insane. There's too much things to choose from now. I mean, I'm not complaining. That's awesome. At least we have like more choices and options that we could use to build with, which is awesome. Alright, since we're making a Battle Royale map, this, yeah, the terrain should be these ones, these types. Man, I miss creating some Battle Royale maps. It's been so long since then. Let's place these first, and then, yeah, let's have some source that we could use later on for the Dawn Island build. Yeah, because these would definitely come in handy in a bit, right? We would need those pieces for sure. But mainly, where did it go? What the heck? Alright, there you go. So mainly we will need these pieces. Yeah, these pieces, definitely. Get that. Get this. Definitely that. Some grass for the texture of the ground. And, maybe these ones too. I gotta do my homework? Alright, Bisango. Peace out, bro. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, so have a nice stream. Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day and good luck with your homework, man. So my plan is to create initially is create the Dawn Island. Dawn Island, yeah, Dawn Island right at this part of the map. And yeah, basically Luffy's hometown. Here in the flesh. So to create this, we have to calculate the exact measurement. I mean, not really the exact measurement, but we gotta make this on grid so that if people would actually have some Battle Royale matches here, they're you know, they won't build and glitch through the map, if that makes sense. And yeah, as I said, we just gotta build this on grid. Yo, Ethan Walker, welcome to stream. How's it going, bro? Alright, so place that there. And okay, we're making progress, guys. As for a Battle Royale map over here, this will be Dawn Island from One Piece. The build I'm looking forward into for Dawn Island, like specifically, are you know, the windmill and that one bar where Shanks and Luffy had most of their conversations at. And once I build those places, it's definitely gonna be amazing, because those are some of the iconic locations from both the manga and the anime, or as most people call it, the animanga. I don't want to make it too big though. I mean, we're just building some portions, right? We're not like rebuilding the entirety of the One Piece world. It's just some segments, I guess, of some popular iconic locations. But for this case, the Dawn Island had a couple houses, some cottage cabins, and some homes, right? It's a village. So, oh yeah, to be exact, Dawn Island would be the terrain, but then the actual POI, or the structures on it, would be considered as Fuchsia Village. You know, like the actual hometown where Luffy used to live at. So yeah, we're not gonna make this too big, as I've already mentioned, but we still have to make it big enough for players to play on, because as I said, this will eventually be a playable map for you guys and for everybody else. I mean, if you guys are into One Piece, just like me, you guys would definitely love this map once it's done. But you know, as for now, we're still obviously not done. But at least you guys get to see the entire progress, the process. You know, I always get that mixed up. The progress of the process. I guess it's both of it, right? The progress and the process of making this map. Alright. I always want to keep my eye on the mini-map, just to know of how big it is already, of, you know, of what we're building here. Alright. Dawn Island. Oh, dude, I haven't even checked out the floor piece. Is it good? I guess, but the grass still goes through. Oh, that's not a good thing. If we were to select, let's see. Any type of, you know, let's go to prefabs instead. Yeah, just give me any floor pieces. We could go for this one. So the thing here is, like, once we build some actual flooring, right? Even if we put drops on, yeah, the grass would still go through, which is obviously it's not a good thing here. So the plan is to adjust the height and to not make it too tall. That way, as you guys can see, the grass won't fully go through. So, alright, put that there. Yeah, drops are off, but if we turn it on, yeah, this could be a slight concern. Yo, what just happened? Yo, is stream still on right now? My screen literally just went black. What the heck? Yo, what just happened? Yo, is it all good? Is stream still on right now? Okay, I'm back in the game, but I'm not sure if stream is still going. Yo, what the heck? Okay, let me check. I'll check YouTube real quick, just for this. Yo. Yeah, stream is still on. How weird. Yeah, that's that was very weird. Okay. So now this could be a concern that we will have here. Like, definitely a massive concern. I mean, we can still fix it, you know, it's not like it's the end of the world for us, but as I said, this issue of like some floor terrain going through, or some grass going through like the floors design, would be a massive problem. It would ruin like most of our future builds. It might not seem like it right now, but it would definitely ruin stuff later on as we continue to build here. So yeah, this is what I forgot to do. The idea is, yeah, set the height low, just like that. But we could make the width longer, the depth wider. And so if we place some floor, oh dude, it's still, oh that's horrible, it still goes through. Okay, I mean, what do I even do here? Yeah, this is the shortest we could go. Or we could do it like that. I guess that works. Slightly. Like this, maybe? Come on, it's gotta do the work, right? There you go. Yeah, it covers the entire floor now. So I guess that definitely fixes the problem from earlier. So grass won't go through our builds anymore. Which is, yeah, that's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. So now we can continue building this thing, guys. Okay, now the only problem is that the width is kinda messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's still kinda messed up. We still gotta fix this size ratio. 1, 2, 1, 2. Dude, there's a flippin' bug right in front of me right now. Alright, not anymore. He has just witnessed some murder. What? Okay. Now let's do this. And... okay, yeah, that's... you know what? That's way better. That's way better than what we used to have here. Extend this. Alright, this is not as bad. You know, this is still some progress, guys. Definitely some progress. So if we build some flooring here, it wouldn't touch nor interrupt our terrain from below. You know, at the same time, besides from this being a One Piece content related video, it's kind of like a creative 1.0 build guide in a way, right? Like for those who doesn't really know how to build in creative, you guys could also watch this video. I mean, if anybody is still watching this video from this point, like, you know, right now, I guess if anybody's still watching till now, then that's that. But if nobody is, well, it's okay. Either way, we're still making some progress here, guys. Some very significant progress for Dawn Island from One Piece. I know it does not look like Dawn Island. Like, it does not look like Dawn Island yet, as of now, but later on, before we end the stream, at least I want to finish the entire terrain here before we end. Yeah, before we end all of this, so that we could actually say that we've made some pretty decent progress when it comes to the map. It would be like so much easier if we were building this on Creative 2.0, but yeah, we're playing on a PlayStation here. It's not like we're playing on a PC to have access to Unreal Engine. But the good thing is that we are, yeah, we're still finding ways, right? I'm still somehow I found a way to build a map in a classic way of Creative 1.0. Alright. You know, firstly we gotta have the outline of this island as what we should consider first before we continue on. And then we start filling in the gaps in the middle once we're done with the outlines. Yep, just like that. Once again, I would like to make this terrain very natural and not man-made looking. I mean, as of now, of course, it looks very man-made. There's no natural textures, nor you know, any nature-like thing going on here yet. But later on, once we're done with the basic foundation, yeah, do you guys see the vision here? Is it too small? Yeah, that must be too small. Dawn Island has gotta be bigger than this. I mean, if the red line is right there, from my draft, Arlong Park would be right there too. Yeah, I think this might be too small. It does look a little bit too small here. But it's fine, we could still make amends and expand this a bit further towards this direction over here. There you go. Yeah, as of now, we're just filling in the gaps right now. One disadvantage that we do have that you know, the moment we selected this template for our map is that it does not have the thermal storage use. Wait, does it? It does. Or does it not? Wait, I'm confused. Alright, my bad. Alright, my bad. It does have the thermal use when it comes to the storage. And for those who doesn't know what thermal usage is that it shows, or the memory used for a certain map changes depending on the certain chunk you're in, or the certain distance you're within. What am I even talking about? The certain area that you are in scope in. Is that even? Dude, my English vocabulary is collapsing upon me right now. This is not good. But as we fill in all of these gaps right in the middle, can eventually see for ourselves and measure if it's big enough or not. As much as I can, I would love to make this very faithful to the anime. Alright, there you go. So, what are we looking at here? This would be Dawn Island? Is that big enough? Or is that too small? Yeah, this might be too small. Again, this is too small for Dawn Island. We have yet still need to expand this part. Is it possible to select chunk pieces and still have it on the same height level? Would that be the same height level? It is. Yeah, it is possible. Interesting. Okay. You know what? I guess we could go for 4x4s and just start expanding this whole thing from here. So this multiplies our progress 4 times compared to the original counting that we were working with earlier. Yep. This definitely speeds up our progress quite a bit. There you go. Put those there. It's gonna look very blocky since we're doing the lazy way of expanding this terrain. So yeah, expect it to look very unnatural and very blocky once we're done with this next step that we're doing here. But again, trust the process because it's definitely gonna be worth it once it's done. Alright, what do we have here? For some reason it still looks pretty tiny, although we've already made a pretty solid size for a landmass here. But it still does not look big enough on the map. But you know, that is a good thing, which means we could make this One Piece inspired battle royale map as big as it could get, despite of having some limit with our memory and all sorts of other stuff here. Yeah, it's good that we could build around. See, that's a good thing. Which means the terrain works, and even if we destroy these, it still has the terrain intact from the bottom. Because for some instances, if you do encounter some glitches and all that, it would also destroy the terrain from underneath. But the good thing is, at least for our case here, it does not. Alright. Okay. Alright. How's it looking? You gotta expand it like a bit more towards this side and towards like downwards here. Maybe we could do 9 of the same pieces. Just like that. Just like that. And just like that. Same thing goes for here. That one as well. Yeah, this is going pretty well, guys. Definitely. You know, to measure all this, we do... Wait, let's stand like right at the edge, right? Here. We do still have Shellstown and Orangetown, like, that we're supposed to be building. We're supposed to build, like, right below this area, like, over here. Which means... Yeah, why can't I fly? Am I tripping? What the heck? Okay, there you go. Oh my god, I keep messing this up. This is like the most One Piece thing ever. I can't swim. Alright. So. If Arlong Park would be right here, Dawn Island must stop like towards this area because Arlong Park would be right here. So we still gotta expand like even more towards that direction. From the looks of it. Honestly, we could just like select a 4x4 plate and then just place it right over there. Place another one right over there. And hold up. Let's get a 3x3. No, actually just continue with the 4x4. Even a 4x5. And yeah, we just continue on doing this. Is that big enough? Yeah, I mean, this is already a pretty big island. Holy snap, yeah, this is massive already. And then Arlong Park. You know, maybe this is too big. Isn't it? Wait. I want to see like a top view of this before we continue on. Yeah, if that would be Shellstown. Why is it glitching like that? It's glitching as we go high up. There's like a certain chunk distance view in order to see all of these. What? Is there actually a hole there? No. There isn't. Man, creative mode is weird. It must be glitching now, for some odd reason. Okay. We could definitely remove some of these parts, just to make it more natural. There you go. And yeah, let's continue this process. Man, okay. 3x3. So we keep going towards this direction. I don't see a problem with this. Yeah, although it does look pretty massive, like it's I don't know. I don't know. Let's do a 4x4. There you go, and there you go. You know, it's kind of difficult to have like a very what do I say? A very entertaining and communicating live stream when it comes to, you know, just creating a map in creative. Since you're just building stuff, it's not like some intense stuff or some adrenaline kicking things are going on in the stream. But I do must say that it is pretty calm. It's calmer than usual. I mean, of course, as expected, right? It's nothing intense is going on. We're just building. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, this looks so blocky. Jeez. Alright. Now we could expand towards this direction, right over here. Let's go for another one. And then another one. Alright, I might turn the AC on. But then the only problem here is that it's gonna be pretty loud. And it might ruin the audio for the stream here. But I can't really do anything about it because it's so hot. Like, I don't want to sweat while doing this. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, how's it looking? It looks so chunky, you know? I mean, I've already mentioned it earlier that this is quite inevitable for it to look chunky and blocky and whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it just makes sense. As we progress more into this, it will eventually have more depth. And yeah, the shape would look better. There you go. You just gotta add more shape into this. Just like that. Okay. Let's use the 2x2s towards this direction over here. Just like that. Then let's add some shape into it as well. Alright. Okay, let me look at the paper again. And I'm gonna let you guys hear this because I'm not joking when I say I have a draft paper with me. You hear that? I do have a physically drawn paper just for a creative map. It has the draft, it has the outlines, the plan behind all this. And yeah, let's see if we'll be able to pull this off. I might make this into a series, like a playlist sort of thing, as per like each episode or like each live stream would show the progress that we make, right? Between, you know, each location from One Piece, each island, village, POI, basically the whole process of making a creative map from scratch. I mean, look at this. We started with like just nothing but ocean, and then now we're already making some terrain with some grass over here. And yet again, as I've said from the start, it will definitely take some time, some effort, and yeah, we won't do this fast. I would definitely love to take my time to make this map over here. It's because, like, where's all the fun if we like start rushing things up, right? Wait, what? Oh my god, it's glitched again. Like, it says there's nothing there, but we're literally walking onto a solid material over there. But yeah, I guess this is, I don't know, like, is that big enough? Maybe. I guess. I'd like to continue to build with the red line over here. Yeah, no collision. I don't want any collisions. Make that bigger. Or, you know, maybe we can have the same, what you call this? Yep, make it upside down. Yeah, just to make it look like the actual red line from One Piece. Because it was definitely why can't I place it? Oh, there you go. So what I was saying is that it was definitely not pointed when it comes to the top part. Like, it does not have pointed edges. Instead, it has like a flat top, like a plateau, like the Grand Canyon, basically. So my point is, alright, hold on. Yeah, we gotta make it look like that, sorta. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Like, it, as long as I can remember, it did not have pointed edges at all, like from the anime, or even in the manga, right? Whichever way you want to call it. Yeah, I do not want it to have some pointed edges. It should look like the red line, right? So if we were to be on Dawn Island, red line would be right over there, and you can just see it from afar. I have no idea of what's going on with the chunks. For some reason, it just like disappears and reappears at certain points, but yeah, I don't really want it to bother us right now. Okay, so let's work on this part. As for each piece over here, turn it towards this direction. And yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. Make it to grid number 4. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's not bad. Make it bigger. Yeah, we can make the depth wider, I guess. Alright. Okay, we can apply the same idea here for the corner pieces. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, alright. Yeah, this is gonna take a long time. I just realized. Like, holy crap, dude. This is gonna take so long. I mean, I know it's gonna be worth it. Hopefully. And, yeah, it's gonna be worth the time, worth the effort and everything. Why does it look like that? Wait, is something wrong here? You know what, guys? We will most likely end our live stream here for now. But yeah, hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you guys are watching this as a video, which most likely you guys are, and I don't even think you guys would stay long enough to watch up until the very end. But if you are, then if you're the 0.00000.1% of viewers who actually watch till the end, then yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And comment red line. Yeah, comment red line in the comment section down below if you somehow, from like God's miracle, managed to watch till the end. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, here's the progress we made so far with Dawn Island and the red line. I'll probably make the title of this video as for the red line. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Peace out. Thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, I appreciate all so much. Stay tuned for more videos. Oh my god, this outro is taking so long. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And peace out, guys.